What's going on, everybody? Quaku here, back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about the latest developments in the Insider program for Windows. Today we had a new build. It is 22483. I keep saying 5.8, and with it doesn't really have anything but bug fixes. So I'm sure you've seen that on the channel, why every time there's a new build out lately, I haven't covered the build like I usually do on in-depth videos. Yes, the views are nice and all, but it's not about that. I'm ready to see new features coming out. So if you don't see a video coming out, then you know that it's just a bug fix, mania. Unless there's major bugs that have been fixed, you're not going to really see it covered here. I may talk about it in other videos. But another thing, major development that just happened. I'm sure if you have followed my community tab on this channel, as well as on Twitter, twitter.com/nextwindows, I post here and there little snippets throughout the nights and days, in the middle of when I'm not making videos, things that don't warrant a full video, about things I find, whether on EV leaks, things on Walking Cat, from the Walking Cat on Twitter. And Windows Subsystem for Android was one of those leaks that we had found that was available on the Microsoft Store, but you couldn't install it. It was just for confidential purposes only. But now, as of today, if you are on the beta channel of the Insider program, you can now get the Subsystem for Android, which, for those of you who don't know what it is, it allows you to access Android apps, essentially. One of those methods that you can access the Android apps is through the Amazon App Store. Now, in my personal opinion, the Amazon App Store does not have many things on it at all. Like, it is, I feel like Windows, the Microsoft Store, has more things in it than the Amazon App Store does at this point, but it's an option for a third-party app store that's now in the ecosystem of Windows. So you can get it, and two ways they wrote here, and there's some core things here. They put multiple blog posts out today as a recording. They said you can either open the Microsoft Store if you are in the beta channel, open the Microsoft Store and search for the Amazon App Store, and then hit get and install it. And then it'll be installed, as well as the Subsystem for Android at the same time. So the installer just might take longer, or be two separate things that install at the same time. Or you can search for a mobile app on the Microsoft Store, and that will also install the Subsystem for Android as well. Now, the reason why I say that is because it's interesting. I posted earlier on Twitter, doesn't it seem interesting that you can search for mobile apps on the Microsoft Store and it'll download Subsystem for Android? So perhaps that means that we might be able to sideload apps, we might be able to download APKs. It won't require a third-party store. Now, you might think, duh, but Microsoft hasn't been fully clear on those things. They keep saying, oh, you can get Android apps via the Amazon App Store. They kept saying that. But now it looks like you can search for mobile apps on the Microsoft Store and download them away from an app store if they are on the store on their own. So that brings up a whole new world of possibilities to do things on this channel with. I love apps, and I love seeing what people are making, things that might seem interesting that work well with Windows or tablets. So with that, I have another blog post open here, and it says here that your PC needs to reach some certain requirements as usual. And it says your PC needs to be on Windows 11 and meet these hardware requirements. So basically, when you go to their page and you can see the minimum requirements for Windows 11, I'm sure you all know that watching this now. If you meet those requirements for installing Windows 11 the normal way, you should be able to get the Subsystem for Android when it releases, or through the beta channel currently. The other thing too is you need to enable virtualization in your UEFI or your BIOS. And for those of you less technical, basically you'll have to press like F5 or F8 constantly, or sometimes F1. It's different. Go to your BIOS, you'll keep searching for Hyper-V or virtualization or something like that, and then you can look for it there. It's different on AMD, and it's also different on Intel motherboards, so you'll have to do your due diligence for that one. The other thing too is you need a US-based Amazon account to use the Amazon App Store, because this Amazon App Store is US only. So now you might wonder, if you are in Taiwan, China, Brazil, some other place that's not the US, how can I access it? I think the easiest method probably is to just switch your region on your settings app on the computer and over to the US, create a US Amazon App Store account or Amazon account, and then sign in and download everything like normal. Now, when you switch back over to your respective countries, I have no idea what happens because I am currently US based. So that will be an interesting thing to find out from everybody. So there's that as well. It's very interesting what's going on with this whole thing. And before I close out the video, I want to touch on a few more things. I wanted to touch on just what was improved on the insider preview thing. They said searching for display will now return display settings. That already works for me. And then also, like I said, they've added the ability to right click on either recommended or more button in the start to refresh the items that show there. That also works for me as of 4.7.8. So I'm not sure what really changed there. I'm not sure if I didn't read something in the previous blog posts. I'll probably have read it by the time I finish this video out and you guys see this. And then one more thing before I close out the video. The way I'm going to approach Amazon, or not Amazon, but Android apps on the channel is going to be just kind of the same but different in a way. I'm looking for apps that really enhance the desktop experience. Some apps that, you know, not just because you can't get it on Windows, oh, we have it on Windows now, so I'll make a video on it. I'm not looking at it that way. I'm looking for apps that really kind of, they look the part, like someone actually tried to put effort in. They didn't try to just make money from you with ads. They didn't try to just inject a bunch of stuff in your face. I'm looking for things like what I've covered in the past for Windows, Microsoft Store app reviews, but on the Android side. So you're gonna see a lot more stuff like that on the channel. That gives me relief to bring up a whole new world of apps that I've already been using on Android on my phone and my past tablets, to talk about them on Windows as well. It kind of bridges the gap for me to move to the next step. So stay tuned for that stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it. My name is Kwaku, and again, if you want to follow me on these community channels, it is the community page on this channel here. If you subscribe and you click the community tab on the channel page, you'll see it that I post quite oftenly. I think at least a couple times a week. And then on Twitter, if I see anything interesting or I just have a random remark, life thing, if you want to follow me there, Next Windows, it's the same spelling. You can go there too. Just those in between things. And I'm also on Discord as well, on the UWP community, as well as the Fluent Design Hub, I believe, or Fluent Design community for Windows as well. So you can find me in all those places, communicate with me. If you have any suggestions, comments, whatever, put them in any of those places. I'll most likely see it, even if I don't respond right away. My name is Kwaku, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.